Hello and a very warm welcome to latest case analysis series by Law Seco. This is Monica Rahar, and today for our discussion we've taken up another Supreme Court decision which is dated October 1, 2020. The name of the case is G. Selva Kumar versus the state of Tamil Nadu and others. It's a division bench decision of the Honorable Supreme Court, and the bench consisted of Honorable Justice L. Nageswar Rao and Justice Ajay Rastogi. Now let's proceed and understand the issue of law. So the court was to decide whether a high court can refuse to hear a bail application of an accused on merits merely on the ground that the accused did not comply with the promise to settle. Now, this issue of law will be more clearer as we proceed and understand the brief facts of the matter. So, let's proceed with the same. Now, the present petitioner before the Supreme Court, he was arrested in December 2019, and the dispute pertained to payment of money by the petitioner to the complainant. And owing to this dispute, the petitioner he was charged for the following offences of which is prescribed under the Indian Penal Code, and the offences or the charges being Section 406, Section 120, Section 294, subsection B, Section 506, subsection 1, and Section 120B of the Indian Penal Code. Now I'll be discussing these sections briefly, and in order to get the clearer picture of the nature of offence for which the petitioner was arrested. So the first charge being Section 406. So Section 406 provides for criminal breach of trust, which is made a punishable offence, and the punishment prescribed is maximum of 3-year imprisonment or fine or both. And the second charge being Section 420, which is cheating and dishonestly inducing delivery of property, and it is made a punishable offence, which is punishable maximum for an imprisonment of 7 years and shall also be liable for fine. And the third charge being 294B of the IPC, which is singing and reciting obscene songs or words near or in public places, and it is punishable with maximum of 3 months imprisonment or with fine or both. And the next being Section 5061 of the IPC, which is criminal intimidation, which is made a punishable offence, and the punishment prescribed is maximum of 2 years imprisonment or fine or with both. And the last charge being Section 120B, which is punishment for criminal conspiracy. Now, having understood the nature of offence, let's proceed further. So the petitioner, after gotten arrested, he filed a bail application in January this year, and the same was dismissed. Thereafter, he preferred a second bail application, and the petitioner requested for an interim bail. And this bail was requested on the ground that he will settle all the dispute which is relating to payment of money once he is released. And therefore, owing to this declaration, an interim bail was granted to the petitioner. However, after some time, the petitioner, he told the High Court of Madras by his submission that he was not in a position to make any payment. Therefore, the Madras High Court dismissed the bail application on the ground that the petitioner did not abide by the undertaking given by him to settle the matter, and the court did not proceed to take the bail application on merits, and rather on the face of it, hearing the fact that the petitioner did not abide by the declaration which he made for making the payment, the court dismissed the bail application. Now I hope, having understood the brief facts of the matter, the issue of law is more clearer. Now let's get back to the issue of law. So it was that, can a high court dismiss a bail application without dealing it on merits merely on the ground that the accused did not comply the promise to settle? Now, after the Madras High Court dismissed the bail application, aggrieved by the same, the petitioner preferred a special leave petition before the Supreme Court. And let's now understand the reasoning and decision of the Honorable Supreme Court. So the court observed that it was taken through the order dated 18th of February 2020, which recorded the submission made on behalf of the petitioner that the petitioner would present a definite picture if he is released on bail. And this definite picture, which the court is referring to, is the payment of money by the petitioner to the complainant. Now, secondly, the court observed that in any event, the High Court ought to have heard the bail application on merits and ought not to have dismissed the same on the ground that the petitioner has gone back on the promise made to the High Court on February 18, 2020, and the promise being the payment of money. So here we need to understand why this order of the Supreme Court is important, because you see the principles or ideals of life and liberty of a person. these are very celebrated ideals and they are celebrated across the world, be it in international legal instruments like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which protects the life and liberty of a person by virtue of its Article 3. Similarly, the Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, by virtue of its Article 9, protects the life and liberty of an individual. And similarly, if we talk about our nation, then the Constitution itself has several provisions enshrined in it which cherish these ideals and values, and the criminal jurisprudence is also conducive to the same. And therefore, bail is considered to be a very core and principal right of an accused under the criminal and the constitutional jurisprudence of our nation. Thus, now let's proceed and understand what the court therefore held. So, the court therefore held, by taking the facts and circumstances of the matter, that the court did not intend to send back the matter to the High Court for fresh consideration, and the petitioner was directed to be released on bail subject to the satisfaction of the trial court. The special leave petitions were therefore disposed of accordingly. Now, at the end of the note, you'll find a list of abbreviations which we've used in the note. You may refer to them, and that's all we have for this case. If you have any questions with respect to the case analysis, kindly feel free to mention the same in the comments section. And thank you for being with us.